What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another episode of the Very Woke podcast. We got the usuals. The boy Lincoln is here, and of course, yourself. And Rico was supposed to be here, but he dipped on us. So fuck him, he's disowned. But we have a very special guest. Yes, our first ever guest. We have Isaiah Thomas. If you'd like to say anything.
Yo, what's up? I'm glad to be here. I'd like to thank my mom, my father,
Okay, so that's
and
enough. Let's cut him off. Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, which one of
Just
you
to let
wants
y'all
to
know, the
start?
struggles to start this podcast were extremely difficult. We have
man,
17 links.
Had a couple of technical difficulties. It's okay though. Only a few. Not like wasted a half an hour or anything.
Oh my god.
All right, seriously. So we're supposed to get one out this weekend, but we wanted to get Isaiah on, so we waited. And I don't know how long this one's gonna be. It just depends. So yeah, what do you guys want to get into? I guess.
shoot, straight up anything.
You guys are
Honestly,
kind
I'm
of
down to
quiet.
talk about it.
Do you mind if speaking louder?
Both of us?
I'm down to talk about anything, low key.
I mean, just start, because last time me and Rico just like started talking about like anime and stuff.
Alright. So 9/11 was fake.
No.
Bro, that whoa there.
We
Buddy.
can talk about conspiracies, but let's not be hurtful.
Alright.
Let's talk about real conspiracies.
Yeah.
Like Jeffrey
honestly,
Epstein.
bro.
I mean, you guys.
Nothing,
come
I
on.
barely
They
go into
literally killed him in
conspiracies.
front of everybody, and everybody knows about it, and they just got away with it. The sad thing
I
is,
think
like,
our
we
problem
literally
with
can't do
conspiracy
anything.
theories is, even if proven true, what are we gonna do about it?
That's the worst part. It's like we know all this corruption. It's just like you can't even do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
We
dang,
know that
bro.
over, what is it, 67% of U.S. veterans believe the war in Iraq was dumb, and Afghanistan,
Yeah.
because, but we refuse to do anything about it. Our population has become more of a, I guess, numbed in a way.
Just people just don't care. You know what I'm saying? They're more self-centered, I guess. And also, in all essence, it's a lot more peaceful time, even though there's war and everywhere. We're not in World War II or like the Cold War.
But war is very, very possible. Like, a lot of Americans don't know this, but me and USM especially, since we come from where we do, we know that the the relationships between India and China are terrible right now. And it's highly possible and completely understandable if those two go to war.
I mean, it's just like China is just, gobbling up left and right,
Mm-hmm.
They got they're like the only competition they have is America. And that's their only goal is if they can take America, it's over.
So you know how U.S. Had a huge, like, I wouldn't say a lockdown, but like a huge restriction on Asian cotton trade, especially from China, because it says it's slave Muslim labor. Now that is, in a sense, true because Muslim people are given their own dedicated schools and their own dedicated housing facilities, if that's the way you want to put it. In other words, basically concentration camps.
Well, I mean, the literal Holocaust is happening in China to Muslims and Asians.
I wouldn't say Holocaust. We don't know all the facts. What we do know for sure is that Muslims are being secluded from the rest of the mainland of China.
Not even that. Like, they literally, torture them.
Yeah, they do that. And there's actually a history behind it, dude. Like, even though I'm completely with Muslims and I hate China, I want to state all the facts. The fact is that province of China has separated from China many times. And that province of China also has one of the largest concentration of Chinese natural resources, including cotton. But this is the fact that I want to bring up. This has been going on for a really long time. Only when China has threatened America's position on the economic world, well, they have been doing it for a long time, but only until this very point, then America brings it up. America has waited a real long time just
I
to bring
mean,
that fact up.
it's just like everything else, you know. America was
Yeah.
fighting communist Russia. America was fighting Nazi Germany. A lot of it is to preserve democracy, and a lot of it is to, you know, to gain something.
Economic gain.
Yeah, not just
Like,
economic.
Vietnam War
It's
was
just
fought
a
on
gain
rubber.
at a much, you know, tougher level. It's like you look at North Korea. We have, you know, bases and troops there, and every time Kim Jong Un tries to, you know, do something, we just flex, and that man, like, you know, he knows what's up. It's like, if you want to go to war against America, do it, but I promise you, you're gonna get annihilated.
Yeah.
And that's the only competition is China. That's probably our greatest.
Yeah,
You know.
North Korea wouldn't win because of how their public is. The reason why
If-
America won against Britain in the
Like, I'll tell you right now,
Revolutionary
if
War
America
is
and
because of
China
belief.
teamed up, and went against the entire world is gonna get swept.
Yeah. Dude, China, 2 point some, or is it 1.9 billion people?
It's like the most
then
amount
India?
of people in the world.
And you know how I was saying China, India having that war. China's really just trying to get land to get a freshwater sea route on that certain part of
Hmm.
the Gulf. But if China, because India's weak as hell, you know that. But
They
if
used to be
China,
strong, but they are not good.
they never were.
No,
You know how
back
Pakistan.
in ancient times, they were insane.
Oh yeah, whoa, yeah. In ancient times, holy, India smacked China, but this is in ancient times.
Well, not
you know?
China, because China is extremely ancient too. They would smack
But
like
no,
Europe.
but China had a problem too because China kept dissolving. They dissolved so many times.
They
They
couldn't like
dissolved
stay
hundreds
together.
of times. Yeah. Such big populations is
I mean,
really
Isaiah,
hard.
why are you not saying anything, man? Come on now.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm just here spectating.
Come on, man,
Straight
because
up.
we talk all the time.
I'm
You
learning
know what I'm
stuff.
saying? We're
I'm
just
learning
trying
stuff
to.
right
That's
now.
why we have
I
guests
don't know
on to
too
get a
much.
different. Because we can sit here to literally talk about world politics and philosophy and anime. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just talk for hours.
Our first whole episode was anime, and then we went into JFK's assassination, and then we went back to anime.
Dude, that's why I
It
wanted
was like,
Rico to be here, because he'll always say something so absurd, and then you get good conversations from it.
yeah.
That's what I was expecting from Isaiah. He's just gonna come in and be like, "Hey, bro, so like I tried to smash a car one time, you know." Look, man,
That's more you than anybody, bro.
I know I would say that, but look, man, you can't judge me, okay? Nobody's giving it up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You know, these are hard times.
Yeah.
Double entendre. You see? All right,
Hey,
I'll
man,
stop.
bro.
I'll stop.
Oh my gosh. It's funny how every single one of us is doing this podcast and doing our math homework at the same time.
Bro.
Bro, literally.
Yeah, we
That's another reason why I'm quiet. I'm literally just cranking out homework
dude,
at the same
we
time,
do be
so
doing,
that's my fault.
you know what I'm saying? The two people that are listening, we do be working hard. So, you know,
Yeah.
make sure to drop a like.
We'll be working hard during the podcast, but not on the podcast.
Bro, like I don't like I could talk about philosophy. I was like I don't know if y'all would like contribute because I could talk about it, but I want other people to, you know what I'm saying? Like I was talking about with Coach Uber. I know I talk about this a lot, but I do think it's really, because I always say I wish I could make the world a better place
A
or
better place.
solve
Yeah.
solve the world's problems, but I don't know how. And it goes back to ideas of free will and good and evil and stuff like that. Maybe a little daunting.
I mean, honestly, going more into what she said right there, not knowing how to make the world a better place. I'm on the same boat. Like, man, it's just so much wrong with the world. Like, I just try not to go into it to,
I think
because I don't
not
know.
to disrespect you, but that is like a big thing. I would say it's just like everybody like kind of knows about it, just no one wants to do anything about it. And I understand
Mhm.
certain times it's like you don't know what to do, whether it be you see a mass shooting happen or some sort of racist, police brutality thing. It's like and you go
Mhm.
out there and march, and people might say, "What is that going to accomplish?" It's just like, well, I mean, what do you
Yeah,
want
that's
me to do? I'm acting. I'm a human being, and I've just
First off,
witnessed such a tragedy. It's like you can understand. I don't know what to do. It's like, what do? I just want this to stop. It's life is very complicated, and I just wish, like we were talking about, you get changed through, I guess, rebellion or disobedience, whatever you want to say, and I feel like some people are a lot more concerned with minor issues instead of the bigger issues and I can understand why, because it's a lot harder to solve, it's a lot more intimidating, but at the same time I feel like more people would really care, I guess.
yeah. I think that our Black Lives Movement, our very recent Black Lives Movement, proves to us that as Americans we can still unite against wrong,
yeah.
especially when it's affecting us directly. Always when it's affecting you directly. America has always been referred to as the police of the world and all that, and I understand in doing that America caused a lot of harm in itself. So I can understand why Americans choose to refrain from outside political issues. I mean, it's not their problem. They didn't cause it.
I
Why
mean
should they deal with it?
like you're saying, that's always a big thing. It's like America, it's never, we were always, we're trying to solve Nazi Germany, we're trying to solve terrorism, we're trying to solve communism and Soviet Union and China. It's just we are such a powerful nation. We're the most powerful nation, and we have so much influence and power and money and whatnot. So it's like if we don't do anything about it, who is? Especially
Yeah,
because someone who's our sort of our second or even our 1-to-1 ratio is China, and you realize all the how China
bad
is that,
things.
how it got there through stealing ideas from not just America, probably the most from America because it's directly the most competitive, but from Japan,
Hmm.
Europe, Asia, everybody essentially. And
You heard about those? I believe it was Beijing or Hong Kong. There,
mhm,
China reinducted them into the
yeah,
mainland,
yeah,
and
there's
a change in
it's
politics occurred, and so big riots happened, bro. There were huge riots. People were getting arrested for protesting against them. All that bad stuff.
I mean, it's such an authoritarian government and it's so powerful. It's like if you're a normal citizen, it's like, what do you do? That's always
Dude,
the
I
issue.
I actually heard Coach Suber talking about this morning.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
wondering if we should get him on here, bro. Because he's as an intellectual, as an adult, especially he
I think he'd definitely do it. We just gotta set a time. But
said it.
we're read from the point. Yeah, I mean, what I always try to tell people is that, and I understand why it's easier to forget about all the problems of the world. Like Isaiah said, it's really hurts you as a as a person, and it's really depressing. And you don't, it's kind
Hmm.
of a sense of hopelessness, and you don't know what to do. But if everybody were to do that, we would keep letting it happen. And there's a certain level of responsibility that at least me as a person, I feel that comes with that. You may not have to, and I know this is I know maybe an unpopular opinion, but we should try to. And I know there's millions of men and women, extremely intelligent, powerful people who are trying to do it. It's just, I wish it would just happen a little quicker.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm aware that we're living in a Western world with so much privilege that that may not be present around the world or in the past. And
But
it's
I think we
hard
should use
to
that privilege
understand.
in some way to benefit
Yeah,
society as a whole.
and that's my main message, is that we are so divided. If we can't even look out for our neighbor because of their political party or who they voted for, what their basic beliefs on
Favorite
social
candidate.
social issues are, it's like, how are we supposed to help that kid who's in Asia, or who's barely got enough to eat in Africa, who's suffering from all these diseases? If I can't even help my neighbor, if I can't even help my fellow American, how am I supposed to help the world?
Yeah.
And that's all I always say. One of the biggest reasons we started this podcast is just to get ideas and communication. And I've been a big fan of podcasts because it's a natural conversation. You can get your worst enemy, and if you just talk, you'll realize
Yeah, straight up talk out the conflict. You can
you will
literally get
realize you're a lot more
get both sides.
similar. You're more similar than you are
Different.
different.
Yeah.
And it also helps you to realize what we need to change
And
as well.
I always say, a lot of people our age are very young, but we are, definitely,
Mm.
we're gonna build the future.
Yeah, we're still developing, so
We are
we're not gonna
gonna
have all
we're
the
gonna build the future, and that's why I say, we're worried about very minuscule things, and I have no problems with that. I am to a certain degree, but it's still important to have conversations like this, and have your
So
whatever dumb shit.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we
I
are
mean, just
Yeah.
people,
children. Yeah, like
One thing I don't like about this is like when people actually do conversate, they use it as like a political weapon, bro. It's so bad.
Well,
They pick a side
yeah,
and they lose sight that they're trying to prove something right, that they just defend it, and they'll willingly destroy you in a completely unrelated way to
yeah.
just to prove that they might be right.
Well, I think a big part of that is that we idealize, instead of having a good, honest conversation, it's always about who said
Winning.
the slickest line, who did this, and who said about this about them, and who basically talk shit better than the other person. And that
Hmm.
instead of talking about real issues, you glamorize it. That's why our president is a reality star. You know.
Yeah.
That's why
yeah,
so many people, instead of being a good leader, it's more about who's a popularity contest.
and it's crazy how far it veered off to actually getting a strong, straight up. I don't know. It dumbfounds me.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
don't
start
know.
to see just how intimidating that issue is. It's like, what the hell am I supposed to do? It's
No,
like
I literally can't put it into
that's
words.
that's that's the big thing. It's like one person may not, but if you get 10 millions of people, because I know people want to do it.
Yeah.
People, everybody wants to.
I completely
At
miss
least
what you just said.
99% of people
I completely miss
wants to
what you
make
just
it.
said. Like,
Did you get it, Isaiah? Did you
Hmm?
hear me?
no, like my
Yeah, I
thing
heard you.
it
Yeah.
disconnected and it reconnected.
Oh, dang.
So like as soon as you're talking
Nice.
to me, it went like
Yeah, so this is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
it's fine.
It's fine. It's just,
Technology. We've come so far. I actually want to
Shoot.
get someone. I wonder how our
It's alright.
conversations would be with people like us, but across the world, with their different views and their different.
I mean,
Yeah,
if we
dude.
do get like a audience or something, I'm sure we could get someone like that on. And like you were saying, like I'm sure Coach Suber or like Mr. Greer, if they have time, right now I heard like they have too much work. They could come on
They
like an
have
hour.
there's no
Yeah.
way.
Miss Williams, bro.
When they have time, maybe like on weekends or something, we can definitely try to get one of them on.
Yeah, we have Coach Subert.
Yeah, we'd have to prepare though. We'd have to really prepare topics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually get those topics ready to go.
I think with our
They don't have to be in the whole thing.
Yeah, just like an hour.
Just for like a quick segment. And
I mean,
then,
I feel like they would be very interested because if we're their students, and if they do see like they're like this concerned, that like Mr. Kinman, I talked to him about freaking everything.
really.
So yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, but
Mr. Kinman seems like a really cool guy. I haven't met with him yet.
yeah, he is. He is. I don't know if we should do this. This is gonna be public. I don't think any of them would care.
Yeah, they are school teachers, so their names
Yeah,
are
I'm not
let's
sure.
not talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. I'm just
Yeah, but
kidding.
still, No, the three we
All right,
talked
we got
about,
the
they're
tender
definitely
topics
not
out
gonna
there.
care because they're very eccentric.
All right, now we even got past.
I'm talking a lot.
tender
Y'all talk some.
topics. All right, we trying to go on a different topic now. You shoot. I mean,
You got this, Isaiah?
You see, this is why I talk
I
so
don't know.
much because neither one of you wants to talk. Okay.
Oh no,
I could literally talk to
Oh,
myself. for 2
okay. I
hours.
have something.
Yeah.
SM Paman
Yeah.
got his
Yes.
got his pinky toe in half with an axe.
Bro, this is not even funny. You say it like every time.
Cause it's hilarious. How you cut your
It's
pinky
not funny.
toe
You just
in half.
laughed and I start laughing.
Cut his pinky toe in
Bro,
half
it wasn't even half.
with
it was
an axe.
It was just like a little slice. Okay, so let me give you some context. So like I was outside, right? And I was trying to cut like this tree. It was like a skinny tree, but it was kind of in the way. So I got a little hatchet, right? And I was in flip flops. Okay, big mistake. This was not a good idea.
already red flag right
But
there.
then, so I was chopping it, right? And I was going sideways. And I somehow, like, it wasn't a strong enough swing. So it just hit it. And it just, like, deflected off. And it just, totally fucked up my toe. And I didn't realize it because it was so fast. All I did, I looked down. And my foot and my sandal is just covered in blood.
Just
It's just
imagine.
bleeding everywhere. It's
Just
like,
imagine SL in sandals with a hatchet, cutting down some little itty bitty tree.
bro, like, it's not even funny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You make mistakes. Don't have to harass me.
It's pretty funny, dude.
You know what I'm saying? This is
It's really
bullying.
funny.
No, okay, I'm telling you something funny about me.
It's just,
Yo, I was skating inside my house. Like, I got into the skate thing. Like, I broke my middle finger learning how to skate, and so I was like, I just went all into skating. Even though I'm terrible at it, I just went all into skating when I was like really young. And one time I was doing like spins and stuff, and I went up to my mom, and I'm just standing there and thinking, I'm saying, you know what, Mom? I'm a professional. Bro, 2 seconds later, I wake up on the ground There are tears in my eyes, and I'm like, Mama.
Yes.
Bro, I swear
Dude,
God was watching me, bro. He's like, I'm waiting for him to say it. Ooh, bro, it hurts
dude,
so
that's what I
bad.
always say. Like, we really need to get freaking kids and, like, ourselves, like, outside more and stop, like, locked, cooped up in, like, school and everything. It's like, you can't move your head, you can't look the other way, you can't put your head down, you can't move your hands. It's
Oh
like,
my God.
bro, it's like, these are children.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was just about to say, like, there's some things in school that we do that I just don't think are, you know, should
I
be
mean, it's so
um
unnecessary.
Yeah.
happening. Yeah,
Like,
dude.
I remember my entire
Like having to
family,
raise your hand just to
my
talk,
entire
bro. Like,
family
no,
was like
I don't know
diagnosed
about.
with ADHD, right? You know, I was super hyperactive, right?
Yeah.
And my dad was like, he came to America and bro, he straight up told the doctor, the school nurse is like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. He's like, he's a fucking kid. Of course he's hyper. What the hell do you expect in school, bro? And I mean, he was speaking straight facts, but bro, he was like,
I mean, dude,
Yeah,
it's so true. It's
if you're
like,
teaching a kid
you
something
have
he
that and
doesn't want
then,
to learn, you're forcing him to learn it.
yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't want to learn it. He's
yeah,
gonna
dude.
look the other way. We as high schoolers, we see kids do that now. Learning isn't.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. We need a change in the school systems. We need to accommodate the fact that these are little children, and who is very healthy, and it's it builds so much better character when you let them be kids instead of drugging
hmm
them and making the situation
Yeah,
worse.
I went to a
It's
community
like
college. I'm going to a community college. Every single bro, the teachers. There are 2 teachers that I know that aren't doing drugs. That's it. The
mm,
entire community college,
I mean,
and it's so
that's
bad.
crazy.
I don't really
Every
care.
kid, and it's not
If
like
it's
I'm
not
saying, hey
any
man, if you
hard
do
drugs,
drugs,
I wouldn't care.
it's a problem. I'm just saying that so many people, bro, like I have anger issues and this and that. No, when you tell a kid he has anger issues, he's gonna act like that because he has the
It's
ability
kind
to.
of gonna make it.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
a subconscious thing.
yeah. You literally bring it to light in like a
In a
negative
negative way.
way, I guess. I mean, even if you bring it
You remember
positively,
that
like
kid
it
who
still
threw
has
a
a chance to affect
and
you.
so you remember that kid who threw a traffic cone at my head and I freaking Bruce Lee dodged that and it just nicked my nose, bro, and there was blood everywhere. It literally I
Oh
was
dang!
I was doing my stretches and my legs were wide open and he just chucked that thing at me. Now I did this Bruce Lee freaking like I was in the Matrix
Dude, I
dodge
swear.
and it just ticked my nose, bro, and there's blood everywhere. And you know what? That
Dang!
Yeah,
kid didn't
wasn't
even
it
get
in like the
suspended.
gym or
Yeah, it was in the
something?
gym. He didn't even get suspended because he
Yeah, I
had anger
remember.
issues. This boy was completely
Dude,
sane.
I swear.
Oh my gosh, I hate that dude to his guts. You think I'd be mad at a retarded
There's
guy?
some
Like,
people who,
oh my gosh.
dude, it's just one thing you gotta realize. There's some people who just want to hurt people, and it's just you never, and it sucks.
Yeah,
Some people are just born with a black heart. It's just.
scary.
That's why always
Yeah,
it's so annoying. It's like it's so unfair and everybody knows it, but we still allow people to get away with it.
yeah. I mean, it's annoying and it makes me mad as
I
well
mean,
because it's
what would you say, like what would you do to make a better school system?
I mean, I'm
I mean, yeah,
well, first, man. I don't know, man. There's just so much things that go into it. Like if you think more in depth on
There's
it, like
always a
I mean,
special
I've
more
really
scenario.
been
obvious things.
researching this.
I think there should be like judges, like legit, because every scenario is special. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't just, there's no such thing as a book that you can go by. You can have specific things that can help you, but
It's always there's on exception to everything.
like our laws. Like I believe in Mississippi, you can't shoot a thief when he's facing backwards or when he's exiting the premises.
Yeah, we do be having some funny
Like
laws.
no, like for example, let's say you wake up in the middle of the night and you hear uh, someone in your house, some poor man, he's stealing. He's forced to, and he's running away out of the house. You can't shoot him while he's backwards. That's illegal, because he's trying to exit. He's not trying to cause harm. He's running away. You can't shoot him while he's backwards. And that could be taken, and
Wow.
that in some ways that's a good law. Some people are forced into that situation where if he gets caught by the law, he'd be better off. He'd get at least 3 meals a day and a roof over his head.
Yeah, I mean, he could die.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say, like, I've actually been going back to the school thing. I've actually been researching this a lot, just to seeing, and it's always like every other country seems to be better than yours, and I know why that is. It's like a jealousy thing and everything else, and everybody's has their advantages and disadvantages. And I'm not trying to say, oh, boo-hoo, feel bad for me, I'm an American. That's definitely not my point. But I would say I would personally, what I would do is
First world.
have more of a PE eccentric, something like that. Have like more, just like go on hikes.
What I
And
think,
not every kid has to do that, but if you have like an option for that, and you should, like
it
you
should
were
be
saying,
supported.
accommodate, like each.
Individual.
And obviously, it's such a big. They have so many kids. It's hard to do that. It's like, well, you can't make everybody happy. But at the same time, I think we should definitely, like for example, in Latin America, in high school, after I think 2 years of high school, they specifically design like classes and like basically school based on the person's goal or like career. So, like, if someone wanted to be a doctor, they would have a certain amount of classes and certain for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone wanted to be a welder or a carpenter, they'd have a different thing. Or if somebody wanted to be an artist, a musician, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
they would have basically completely different paths,
What I
which I thought
what I
was
think
just like amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing right there. Like, it's crazy how we don't pick up on things like that. Okay, like we have some things that we go more like. Okay, we'll have our band classes, we'll have our clubs and everything, but like there is very limited, so you don't have too many options to pick from. And then on top of that, when you don't have anywhere else to go to choose from, you're set on classes that you are not wanting
Yeah.
to take, forced to
That's
take,
that's why so
and
many
just deal with it.
people. That's why so many kids drop out.
drop out,
You know.
it's so sad, bro.
Exactly. And I don't understand why people
I've seen
don't
some extremely
pounce on
smart
that.
kids, bro.
Especially,
Extremely smart kids drop out, and
I
I'm
mean,
like, what?
It's crazy.
it's so rough. You gotta understand. I know it's not just school. It might be something
At
their
home
personal
or
life
know,
or
yeah,
some
but
sort of It's obviously that, but at the same time, I think there should definitely be some sort of change. And I think it's so easy to do, and we have the resource to do it, but we somehow, we have idealized this idea of, all these tight knit rules that it's like, well, what do you do?
you can't
You
do
don't
that, bro.
support education. Oh, you want our kids to be dumb. It's like, no. Do you see
There's
what it's
gotta always
doing?
be something wrong with the
It's like, do
situation.
you see what kids are doing? It's like, how can you not understand where I'm coming from?
Like, there's one
Yeah.
thing I know. This one
Yeah,
thing I like about Japan. They do two things. They don't have janitors. The kids clean the school. Perfect idea. There are such snobs.
well, not in every school. There's some.
Well, you know what I'm saying. There are
It's
such
only in like
snobs
certain.
in our
Yeah,
American life. We say these first world problems. It's the fact that these people live like animals in dirty filth. Like I do some pretty disgusting things to some people, I guess. But everyone should learn that cleaning up after yourself. Like this is the biggest problem in the Middle East. is that people view cleaning up after yourself as something a low life does, a second class.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, that's the
It
complete
should be the
opposite.
complete
it goes
opposite.
back to everything. It's a
It shows
lot.
self-discipline, honestly.
I think that the biggest problem, we can talk about this for hours and hours, and the biggest problem is human beings. It's like, well, I'm not anti-human being, but that's just how it goes to the idea of like, without evil you cannot have good, and it just seems like we have so much more bad than good,
Hmm.
and which is very true. And I know it's all been true for most of human, and and I can praise human beings. I can also condemn them. It's like everything. It's so complicated, but I feel like the school thing, that's not even that big of an issue. The big issue is, of course, college. I mean,
Oh
I'll
my
just let
god.
y'all, go on that. I mean, everybody's always got.
There's this one thing, forget about college, United States American education system. You know how we were talking about we should influence those, especially with sports and physical activities? America
It's not
education
only
system
that. Like,
almost
I
has
would
a
say,
complete
like,
monopoly on sports. Imagine this. A 16-year-old can
it
work in
has a monopoly.
McDonald's,
Yeah,
but he can't get a job as a
yeah,
sports player. You cannot get paid for
yeah.
playing
Hmm.
sports, but you can go and work at
Oh my
McDonald's.
God, it's horrific.
And this is another.
It's like these freaking, especially the
Oh,
coaches. Gosh,
Yeah, the coaches, they get paid big bucks just to
I
sit
mean,
on
the
the
amount of
sidelines. Man.
corruption, and it's directly in your face. You have all these hardworking who are giving their lives players, and they're not getting
Because it's a
shit.
lot of
yeah.
devotion that goes into it. A
And
And
lot.
the worst part,
and you
it's
have
not
these
even the big.
freaking
It's not
coaches.
even the big money stuff. It's this little stuff. You don't know how it feels to be a brown person in southern Alabama, and there being corruption and fucking kids sports, homie. Kids fucking sports.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
terrible.
god.
It's
That shit
horrible.
pisses me off so
It's
much.
horrible. It's like you could go into a full-on conversation just on that
I know.
alone.
Hmm.
It's
I'll
crazy.
tell you this one experience I
I,
had, bro. This coach, he'd pick all the bad players, so his daughter could go into JV.
Be good.
You
Yeah.
know,
Nothing. Just keep going.
so he would just like he'd pick all the bad players and he'd put them on his team so his daughter could go to JV because her daughter wasn't that good, Which I know that's mean, but that's just the truth. She wasn't that good.
I mean, it's
I mean, just keep
stats. I
But
going.
mean, if it's not good,
but so I improved a lot. Me as a foreigner, we love soccer. My dad never had the opportunity to play soccer. He would literally get his ass beat for playing soccer. So when he saw that, bro,
wow.
he didn't say anything to the coach. He trained me, bro. And from that day onward, I on average scored 4 goals per game. Every game.
Yeah, I mean that's
And
incredible.
bro, I was so happy. It was the most happiest thing in my life. And he hated me. That coach literally sat me out because it was her daughter and her best friend that he
Wow.
wanted on varsity. And me scoring 4 goals a
Hmm.
game and us somehow winning was just he couldn't handle it because you could only select 2 to 3 people per game, and it was her daughter and her 2 friends, and
Hmm.
one of those
Mhm.
positions were me. The coaches had realized what was going on because he refused to put my name up on there. He refused to put my name on All Stars, and so he eventually got kicked out.
Dang, that's crazy.
Bro, you have to realize I'm like 7 or 8, probably younger.
Yeah.
I didn't even understand it at the time.
It's
All I knew is our team was shit, and I was shit, and our coach would do nothing to improve us. He literally didn't know how to play
Yeah.
soccer.
That's the funniest thing. You have all these coaches, and like they legit know nothing about the sport, and somehow they got the
Yeah.
job.
Our high school team right now has no idea to play soccer. That's literally why I'm on a travel team. You know, in Southern Alabama,
Yeah.
it's actually hard to get a good soccer team. Now, I'm not even blaming the coach. He
I
just
think
it has to be a school.
it's even just like America in itself is not very keen on
Yeah,
soccer.
and it's getting a lot better, especially in the north. But I can't even blame him. He's
I
not
mean,
a bad
it's like I
person.
couldn't tell you much about soccer. I'm more of a basketball guy,
Yeah,
but I mainly want to talk about like student debt and like student loan and colleges
oh,
being so absurdly expensive,
dude, it's crazy.
and
Yeah.
so many other countries, like especially like modernized countries, have like the drastic difference in like debt and everything is it's insane, and we're
I
the
think
richest
our
nation
American student debt's in the
in the
trillion
world.
dollars.
Yeah.
It is insane. You have, I mean, the most amount of respect I have about for people, bless you, are medical students, because it's such a strenuous
Challenging
task
sport.
to be that, and they're legitimately
Hmm.
saving our lives. And these are
Yeah.
like hardworking human beings, and they've dedicated their entire lives, and they've got a really good job. And but they have like $300,000 of student loan debt, and they have a good job, but they can't buy a nice house, buy a nice car, start a family
Yeah.
because it's
Just
so
basically live a
crippling.
life. Yeah.
Like literally,
That,
you have people who are like 70, 80, and they're getting their social security checks like cut because of student loan. I mean, if that isn't the saddest thing you've ever heard.
yeah.
There should
It's
be
honestly
something different.
because
I think there should be some sort of
It's so
bad.
like it's so
it's
easy
honestly
to
gotten so
But
fix,
bad
you
to the
I'm
know?
point
telling you,
where
it's also
it's
gotten a
normal.
lot better. Look at me. I'm 16 years old and I'm already in a community college. I'm literally in college with a bunch of 50-year-olds
No,
for
look,
free. I don't pay a single
you
dime.
go back like 20, you go back 20, 30 years, the amount of money you needed to go to like
It's
universities
so
was
low.
like so minuscule. And I know inflation and everything, but not only that, it's just like they just charge like a ridiculous amount for no reason.
Mhm.
They're overstaffed. They just pay this. There's too many staff. It's not needed. And I know this is a very complex issue, and obviously college kids and more like administration would know much more about this. But it's like you can't give your young people an education. And I'm not saying college solves everything, but I personally value it. I think I need it. I think most of everybody
Needs it.
says that, and if you want to, and you're saying, and we live in southern Alabama. We really don't have many choices.
Auburn's
If you
pretty good,
really want to
homie.
be
You'd be
someone,
surprised what they rank at.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm
No,
saying.
Auburn's great. I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
What's up?
I'm an art guy. I'm an art guy, and I want to go to art school, and I really don't have much of a choice, and it's just like so expensive. I mean, it's
Yeah, in
ridiculous.
Southern Alabama, our biggest thing is our aviation industry, which is what I'm going. I'm going for my aerospace
Yeah,
engineering. And luckily,
yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to diss Alabama. It's just like what I'm trying to do. It's very like not this,
it's not that exactly.
and that's another thing. It's like all the every job opportunities in Silicon Valley and LA, and there's like, how about we get some jobs in Louisiana? How about we get some good paying jobs in Detroit, in Cleveland, in Alabama,
What
in
we need
Georgia?
as an American economy, our 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 profit margin has largely our profit and the way our money circulates has gone largely to huge corporations.
Yeah, huh?
For
Uh-huh.
any
There,
small city growing, do not put a Walmart. That is Walmart is the
yeah.
destroyer of cities. Ever
Well,
since
then,
our
not
little
only
town
that, it's
put a
like
Walmart,
three
we're done.
three people in America own more wealth than 98% of the regular public.
Purple.
I mean, that is absurd.
It is, bro. It's kind of sad.
You guys want to change some topic to something like more lighthearted? I'm getting pissed.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, dude. One of these days,
Bro,
I'm just gonna start cussing people out. I'm just gonna be triggered.
You go to
It's
school
like,
tomorrow,
it's
bro.
like we are the
Thinking
richest
about-
country in the world, and I can't get a goddamn insurance. I have fucking killed me. Fuck you, you bitch. I'm gonna rob Jeff Bezos, this bald ass piece of shit. Fuck you, you stupid
Jave
bitch.
Bezos?
Fuck you.
Did you just say
Fuck
Jave
you.
Bezos?
You're fucking brown. You're brown. Get the fuck. Bitch.
You're brown too.
I'm gonna take over the world. I'm gonna turn into Michael Jackson. I'm gonna get a fucking reverse of a tan. Fuck everybody.
Reverse
Fuck the
tan.
human race. Fuck this planet. I'm gonna live on the sun and fucking kill myself. God damn it. All I want to do is
I'm
just
pretty
make
sure life lives on the sun.
just want to make a goddamn
Life is
animated series, but it's this fucking art school. It's fucking $200 goddamn $1,000. Fuck me, man.
For art school?
Yes. Art school is the most fucking expensive shit and medical school because art school is super, like, private. It's not public. Fucking
It's fucking
bitch.
retarded.
It
200,000
is,
for
dude.
art school?
Yeah, like 4
Bro,
years.
in Auburn
It takes
for
like
engineering.
50K. Yeah.
It takes
man.
for Auburn engineering, if I'm not correct, it's like at the most high without any financial aid, it's like 76,000, including housing and food.
Dude,
and
that's
all
what
that
I'm saying. It's a lot about like
out-of-state tuition.
yeah, and not only that, it's like, like
But that's
it's
per
the
year.
government
That is
doesn't
per year.
pay 70K per year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's a lot. Because
Yeah, that is a lot. But
It takes like 50K per year. At the max, you can get up to like 43K.
that's a lot better. But that's still
Yeah.
how
All right, so that's
I mean-
that. So wait, so what all do you need?
A big
to,
thing.
like, with art school? What do you need to know?
The thing is, like, I want to create an animations series. So, you learn about like there's different kind of degrees on that. You can get like a visual art degree, which is basically like painting and sculpting, etc. There's animation degrees, so you can basically learn to be an animator. So I plan to start out as an animator, and write a web comic and like work on being an animator. Get like join a company or something, and then while I'm doing like a web comic, hopefully people like it. And then I'll pitch the webcomic to companies and say that, hey, I want to create like a series like The Boondocks or Avatar, right? That's basically my goal.
Mm-hmm.
But you like.
So is there any way you be able to like
Mm-hmm.
like put into practice on what you need to know?
It's so like, yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's
I've been
things-
trying to get like an iPad Pro, just so I get like more into like digital art and stuff. And I'm trying. It's just like I wish like I really hate to say it, but like I wish I like lived in like New York or like Chicago because they have like schools there, or even like Georgia.
No, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing down here for
Yeah,
opportunities.
That's
only
what
opportunities are
really
revolve around
pissed
That's
me off.
very understandable.
That's what really pisses me off. It's just like I don't want to leave Alabama. I love it. I've been raised here, but like at a certain
you'd be
point, you
pretty
have to
weird
say
in any other
Mhm.
place.
it'd be, dude. I'd be more accepted because I'm like not Southern. I talk about
Oh
weird
man,
shit.
you'd
I'm
be
straight-
crazy in any other place. I feel like
fucking
you'd get-
coked up. Let's go.
Bro, I swear everyone knows you, but no one knows me, and we're like the two only brown kids in our school.
No, everybody knows you, dude.
For real?
Everybody knows Mr. Khan.
Mr.
Shit, I'm pretty sure I'm on that.
I think it's more of just
No,
like I'm
every
very
time
loud and
I
shit.
check in, this teacher was like, "Hey, SM." I'm like,
Dude, the
I'm not
people
SM.
call me Abraham
And
all
she
the
just
time.
looked at me like offended, like, "What do you mean you're not SM?"
People call me Abraham all the time.
Bro,
It's fine.
I don't know. The only time people know, all the teachers, like, they always have good things to say about me, but I never
Well, I
get,
would say it's
like,
because
notified
you're
about that
more like
at all.
more introverted. That's what I'm saying. I tell people about random shit all the time. I can't stop
Dude,
talking.
oh my god!
Yeah.
Remember that time
And honest,
the
I'm
teacher
gonna be
was telling him about his backstory and how he went to a Catholic school, and he was like, "Yeah, they would beat the shit out of me," and he was like, "Do you mean sexually?" And I was like, "Oh my god, he just said that."
When was this,
wow.
bro?
Or
this
it was like it was Coach, our very first ninth grade year,
I
and
know
it was
that,
like
but
the
I
first
forgot
month.
like who's name.
Mr. Suber, Coach Suber.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, you know what I'm saying? You got, dude. I think the best I've done was in 8th grade. Cause I went loose.
Dude,
Mainly
and you
because
would never get in trouble, bro.
that's
I
the
remember,
reason, because no one would care. Because the teachers were so cool. So I
I
was just like,
remember I
hey,
said a
hell yeah,
joke
dude.
to one girl.
And
I went
honestly,
home and I
dude,
got one of the biggest ass beatings I've ever had in my life.
Wait, what happened?
This girl, literally, I told her my test grade and she said I threatened to shoot up the school.
Oh my god.
I said I had a 47 in my test grade, right? And she says, I said I got 47, pow pow. And I was like, what? And I was
I
like,
got a 47 in my back, bro. Check it out.
it was some sort of test. I don't even remember. Bro,
wow.
the only thing they told my dad
Dude.
was I made a school shooter threat in freaking elementary school. I literally remember that. Because I got the biggest A whooping in my life, bro.
Hey, you don't forget that. You don't forget the butt whoopings,
And
bro. Oh no.
my biggest butt
Oh
whooping
no.
ever, right? You know, he was like a bully at that time. It was in elementary school too, but he was like a bully. He was always bigger and taller than us, and he was like play football and whatever, and he was good at it. And he wasn't smart, but he was like a bully, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I quoted a scene from a PG-13 movie, Men in Black, right?
Yeah.
And the scene was,
Fire movie.
because I'm black, huh? This kid started bawling. I had no idea what racism was. Literally, to me, race was a descriptive thing. I was literally in elementary school. I didn't even know girls had vaginas at that time, okay?
Okay, let's not.
Bro, I went home.
You cannot assume
for
that
3 days straight.
they could have there's transgender people.
Yeah.
For 3 days straight.
Yeah. That's not.
Dude. For 3 days straight.
Nah.
3 days straight. I sat on every desk, on the bus, and even when I went to sleep, I sat on my right cheek. Or my left cheek, my bad, my left cheek. My back hurt so bad.
It's no better.
My back was in pain, bro. I literally had a kink in my back for 3 days
going on? What the fuck
straight. That is how hard. My ass got whooped.
No, dude.
What the fuck is going on, man?
Oh, man.
This man is talking about the most
dude.
fuck shit for no reason, out of nowhere. He said he was on one cheek on the bus.
In the classroom. Do you know how hard those classroom chairs are?
Bro,
Sitting in each chair for
especially
1
in
hour?
elementary.
Oh my gosh,
they're like
bro, I
cinder
was
blocks.
dead.
Dude, I
was
can't fucking.
dead.
We have
Like cinder
stools
blocks.
in our chem class, bro. I
my
cannot
gosh,
sit. After like 5 minutes, I stand up. I can't do it.
But bro,
Dude,
for 3 days
seriously, my
straight, bro.
back be
By the
dying.
time it was Friday, I thought it was like heaven on earth. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best day ever.
Dude,
I
I
can-
swear. Dude, I
can
was
sleep late.
freaking. I don't know. Like, I have such a bizarre relationship with school because, like, back in like third grade, I had to leave for summer vacation, like, because I graduated, and then I was bawling my eyes out because I didn't want to leave my teacher. Bro, I was dying for like a week straight. I was on the sofa just
Bro.
bawling my eyes out. My
I was
mom
in the
was
third
finally
grade,
fed
bro.
up.
Man.
I was in the third grade. I had classmates more
I
mature than
was-
my teacher because they were comforting me because I was crying so much. My mom left. She was like, "It's okay. She'll come back. Don't worry." And she's like, she's like 8,
Yeah.
and I'm over there like,
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it must be great, honestly. I didn't really have the most greatest experience in school, in elementary or middle school, honestly.
I think you're a lot
straight
more
up.
introverted. You know,
That is the reason why I'm more like that because
I mean, you're a
I'm
lot
telling you,
more comfortable now.
I was the most outgoing. I was the most outgoing person in elementary school. I could talk to any single person in the whole, like I knew everybody because that's how much I would literally go out and talk to people. But you know, middle school hit, and man, middle school was terrible for me, man.
Dude,
I'm
the
still,
puberty thing, I know.
that same out person.
bro, in middle
But
school, it's like
it
how
just
mean
goes
you
into
can
the
be.
bullying and
It's
everything.
like just
dude.
how
Dude.
mean you can be, and then in high school you realize if I be real mean, someone's gonna punch me.
It's
in my
not
damn
even
face.
that. Like, you mature as a person.
Yeah, you mature obviously, but you also realize if I keep doing this shit, someone's gonna get pissed off. And
You've also become smarter.
I
It's
don't
like you
know.
know when to do it.
those
In a
simple
way,
things don't
I-
Like,
entertain you
constantly
anymore.
doing.
You realize that's just dumb.
Oh, it
childish.
still does. I just know when to not do it.
Yeah.
saying?
Remember
I'm
the
gonna
time
be
I punched him in the
82.
face? Because he called me
Dude,
a terror.
we're gonna be 82. I would be like, bro, I just shitted, man.
The
Could you
funny thing
imagine
is,
we're,
the
like,
guy I
across
punched in
the
the
country?
face, me and him are best friends now.
Yeah, man, it's always like that, dude. It's like if you just talk to someone, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I felt bad for punching him in the face because I was like, that was childish and dumb. It's just I was overcome with emotion. So, you know, because it was some, like, I had a problem at my house. And first of all, to the audience listening, I'm not abused at my house or anything. These are
Don't call the police.
these are extremely select moments that might or may not be dramatized. Okay? Other than that whooping part, bro, for literally 3 days straight, I remember it till today. Oh my gosh. But okay. But yeah, dude, me and
He's
him are
always
best friends.
freaking. Yeah. I mean, you guys want to like talk about? Let's see.
Anime.
Isaiah, what are you into?
I mean, I was just gonna go more in depth on the.
Yeah, I mean,
middle
just go
school
ahead.
thing.
I mean, don't feel like you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can literally cut us off. You know what I'm saying? Cuss us out. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Shut the fuck
It's
up,
always,
SM. You always say this and give a whole lecture about how you can talk.
dude. I swear I always do because I always feel bad because I fucking talk too much and I can't help
And then
it.
he proceeds to talk too much.
Yeah, because nobody else talks. I literally tell people, y'all
why don't
talk.
you shut
and then
up?
You just, I do, and you guys just sit there. I'm like, well, damn, this is fucking boring.
Bro, you still haven't shut up.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up for 30 seconds if y'all don't start talking.
All right. Well, honestly, going into you know how you talking about how you get more mature. And everything. Well,
What?
like me, my maturing phase really was like kind of altered in a way. Like honestly, going back into being more extroverted is a better term to say. Elementary school. Everybody is. They're not caring about what's happening around them. Doing what they want to do, having a good time. But middle school hits. You have more. You're more in really focusing more. School wise, but also on the more extroverted side, doing what you want to do and everything. Man, middle school hit hard for me, I guess, because every single person would target me, and I'd always be quiet about it. And it's kind of a
Like
bad thing
bullying?
to do to bottle up stuff like that.
That's always
Yes,
say
bullying.
one of the
I
saddest
always
things
got
is
bullied.
that I always try to like look out for that because I know like I've seen. I'm gonna say something like this. This was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Was that I remember we were in the playground. This is when I was extremely young. We're like in the fourth grade. Just for context, is that I seen like there's a kid. We're in PE like outside, and we were in the playground, right? And we were there, and this kid, like he smelled a little whatever, right? And they literally like they pushed him. They were like a
Mm,
group of kids, and they pushed him, and they were literally legitimately kicking him. And I saw that, and like
mm-hmm.
I knew this was terrible. Like I felt terrible, and like I was like, it's like freaking run up there, you bitch, fucking do something. And I couldn't. I was just
Yeah.
standing there watching. It's like I finally, after like I did say something. I did like more, like I think like one more person came over there, but like I said, you guys chill out or whatever, and I like helped him up and everything. But I just like
Mm,
I can't, like I hate myself that I didn't do something, and I always think
yeah.
about that because I've never really been a victim of bullying. Mainly because it may sound bad, but I was more of the bully than the bully. But but and I sort of, so I kind of thought like bullying really doesn't happen, and I kind of like realized it's like, damn, bro. And I've always
I think it's like related to
Pretty
personality too.
huge.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I'm more extroverted or whatever you want to say. I'm more loud, I guess. And I always joke around with
Mm,
people, but like I was always friends with people who are like similar to me. Kind of make fun of people, but I always do it in a way that I
yeah.
know that I'm not trying to hurt the person, and the person knows that. But when you're around those people, they just do it. Just it's funny, and even if they hurt those people, and I always saw
Mm,
that, and I always try to go talk to them about it. And it's like I don't want to condemn them, whoever they're around me, but like you kind of really understand like the reality of the situation. Then I always try to sort of, I guess, because I'm very passive. I'm very passive. I always try to
mm-hmm.
de-escalate things and try to.
Oh, that is such a lie. Viewers.
Dude, I swear to God, I swear, bro.
Okay,
I
in
have broken
reality,
up
he's
like
like that,
5 fights. I've broken
bro.
up like 5 fights.
Okay, SM is like that, but it's because of SM's character too. SM has built this persona around him that screams, "I'm gonna make fun of you," you know,
No, I
but
think
we are
I act
joking.
a little slow,
Like
but it's funny though.
he says, "We are," and this is when I was in middle school. I really saw this in my dad, and so I used to get bullied a lot, because I'm brown and it happens, It's just I was different
I
from
mean,
literally
I've
everybody.
been through
But
like bits of racism, but I wouldn't say I was really bullied.
bullied, yeah. And then I realized how my dad dealt with it, right? And I looked, and my dad's like a fighter, bro. And I think I took this really to heart. In the Quran
Hmm.
it says never oppress and never be oppressed. And I felt like my dad was almost like a perfect balance of that. Or he was within those limits. Like he he was a lot better than the people he was around. Big time. Because of all the things, the way his life shaped him, he was better than most people. You know,
Hmm.
literally, I'm talking physically and mentally. The experiences he went through when he immigrated, from Bahrain and Pakistan when he immigrated from there to here. He went through his experiences, and it shaped him up to be a real tall figure, especially amongst the people in Ozark who haven't even left their freaking hometown.
Mm-hmm.
He was a different guy, and he carried that with him, and I just
Yeah.
learned from it,
Mm.
and I learned to fight even if I lost. You know, I'd
It's-
rather fight and lose and get my ass kicked than be a bitch and not fight at all. And this is not everybody. People at home who get bullied, it may not be for you. But in my mind, I'd say freedom is death is better than slavery.
there's a great quote by Thomas Jefferson, is that he says, "I choose dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery," and I think it really speaks volume about it, just human experience.
American
But
mentality, especially at that time.
yeah, but I have, I really do think about these things, and I really do, always
Like,
say
in a way,
try to make the world a better
especially now,
place.
I think bullying is good for you. I think
don't.
bullying
I
is
wouldn't
important.
say that. I don't think. I
True.
don't think
I
bullying is. I
I
think.
don't think
Look, this is a part that
I
makes
think.
me different from y'all, but I really think bullying is a vital part and an extremely
I
important
don't
part
think
on how
bullying.
we as humans
I think like criticism, definitely constructive criticism. It's like if you
constructive
surround
criticism is the
yourself
better
with
way to
yes
say
men,
it.
you become unaware of your
unaware.
failures. But I like I really want to say this to anybody who's listening or maybe who might care, is that I'd written a little message a long time ago because I really saw what people
Is
I
it
guess
in your
go through
glass
in
treasure box?
Bro, hey man, look, I'm trying to be serious. Shut up. So
Sorry,
we can
I
talk
was
about that
removing
later.
some of the tension.
And there's so many people who are depressed and anxious and who are sadly taken to path of suicide, and all the horrible shit that goes on. And I think the big part of that is that I always want to say is that no matter who you are, no matter what the situation may be, no matter what your circumstances, whether it be race, gender, sexuality, whatever circumstances you got, I always want to tell people is that you are special. You do matter. I promise you.
I'm sorry, I'm joking.
I promise you. Tomorrow will always be a better day. No matter how bad things seem to get, you will make it. I promise that it really is. And I know it's very tough sometimes, but I promise you will make it. And if you just keep fighting, and even when it feels like the whole world is pushing you down, you get back up and you show them that you do matter. You are worth it. I know it's a cheap message,
Some
but
people need to hear it,
generally
so
do
it's
mean it.
needed.
And
Sometimes I catch myself having to listen to that stuff because
it's
sometimes, those school days, they be hard. You have those days, you have those people that are gonna, pick on you. You're gonna have those people who are gonna, push your buttons.
yeah.
There's some days you just think, man, what's the point of, continuing on? But,
I think people. The saddest thing is that people don't find value in themselves. Is that they don't
that's
have a
why
purpose.
bullying is it's so destructive because like some people they don't they probably recover from it but not fully because of how you know d- how much damage it does to
I've
them.
seen
But
someone. He, I've seen
Not
someone.
only
He was
that, like
also.
I was
I've
keep
seen someone
going.
like he was a brown person as well, and he went through bullying, right? And he always just stayed quiet about it, which was not smart. While he was being bullied, he would stay quiet
I
about
think it's
it. And
just
then
like certain people.
one day he exploded, And when I mean he exploded, bro. He just started saying F you and F that and all of you go to hell, and he exploded and he never recovered. He never recovered. He went into drugs and he went into all sorts of bad things just because of childhood bullying.
I think that's a big thing is that a lot of people they have a lot of social anxiety and their personal issues. It's hard to speak out. That's why I always say, people like me who may make fun of people or whatever, make jokes and without any ill intent.
Especially me and you, SM. I guess for both of us, we got so used to having jokes and stuff stabbed at, and we stab back, that it almost kind of engraved that into our personality, where we also make fun of people. So we don't mean it. It's just.
I mean, yeah, I just want to tell people who are like that is that I know, you don't mean any ill intent with it, but you should just be more aware of your surroundings. And it's kind of hard to make this message to like middle schoolers because they're just not. If you try to tell me this when I was in middle school, I would probably laugh at you. But it is. I don't know, man. I'm just rambling at this point.
I mean, I guess I'm in a way I'm glad that you guys got the strength to push through all that and then clap back and everything. Me on the other hand, I didn't actually have that. I don't know why. I just ended up taking it.
I think so many people, obviously I have a lot of, I've been through a lot.
I want to hear what Isaiah is saying. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Bro? Because I look at you now. I look at you right as you are right now. And I see a perfectly normal, above average guy. A guy who cares about his studies, his work.
I genuinely think he's one of the genuine people. It's like, what I'm saying? I don't mean to be rude, but I'm not a very good person. You know what I'm saying? And look at someone like Isaiah or Damon, and I'm like, that is a good human being. That should be
those are good people
who build future.
It's, those...
Or Rico. Rico's also a good person.
I don't know. It's kind of... Cause
Rico's more of an asshole than us, bro.
So what do you mean? Bro, he was so innocent. He was so innocent, bro. I think being around us might have been something.
Dude, I swear. I remember in 6th and 7th grade, everybody who I got around, everybody talked like me. Everybody said the most fucked shit for no reason. You should have seen Seth before he met me and after.
Bro,
that was probably the biggest transition.
Bro, Seth will not talk to me. I swear. We had a thing and something happened and bro, we haven't talked in 2 years straight. The 3rd year, you know what the first words he said to me? What the fuck you want, little shit? Bro.
Sorry, but it's kind of funny.
It is hilarious, but oh my gosh, bro. I was like, damn, bro. He really mad about that. So,
really just...
Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my fault. It was completely my fault, and I acknowledge that. I'm never gonna do something like that again. But because of Seth and what happened between me and him, even though it was bad, I learned that how to control my anger, because I lost a good friend when I did that. Because it just taught me, you know how in the Quran it says anger is haram, it is forbidden. Haram is not just some little statement we say. It means it's completely forbidden. You're not allowed
I think
to do
righteous anger. I think there's certain thing of righteous anger.
But that anger, the thing that happened between me and him, it taught me why it's bad. It destroys things needlessly. It was.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to let Isaiah talk because he has a lot of insight that you and I may not have, and I really want to hear him out.
What was you like? What? I mean, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say because
I mean, you were just talking about your struggles as
In middle
going
Yeah,
getting
school.
I
up to
mean,
where you are,
honestly,
as a human
it
being.
really was just middle school. Honestly, it kind of changed a lot, and
I think a lot big part of that, it's you start to become your brain develops when you're like
see
fully
that.
develops when you're
Yeah,
16.
that I do
So,
understand that.
there's a lot
It's
of
just like
change and
I don't know.
everything.
This my personality really changed. Like nowadays, like I don't really talk to many people now, and I try to work on it. But I don't know if you guys notice.
Well, I think one thing we should be aware that you don't have to. Not everybody has to be an extrovert or this charismatic person, whatever. There's no need for that.
A
But
lot of people don't
it's at the
realize,
same time.
like for me, example, I'm super talkative and everything. All that. Every year school starts, I literally have to remake all of my friends.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just I get nervous. Like, what if you change?
Well,
What if
I
you think
think
I'm annoying?
I
What if
think you should recognize. There's friends, there's school friends, there's
hmm
friends, and there's life friends,
hmm
and it's hard to find that, and I've found many, but
hmm
one it always goes back to recognize your true friends.
hmm
And one thing I always want to say is that even if it's just one person, the importance of that is so crucial that I couldn't understate that. And if you are more of a quiet person, don't think that you have to be this whatever, you have to be the popular kid unless you want to, but don't think you have to be that to be accepted.
yeah.
You're perfect
That
the way
thought
you
does
are.
cross my mind. Like I just comes to the fact that it's like, man, am I like less of a person because of the fact that I don't go out to talk to more people?
Yeah, that's I think a lot of people, I always say, and I don't want to tell people how to live their lives, but I try to do the best thing I can do. And obviously I'm not right all the time.
As he proceeds to tell you what you should do in your life.
Yes, I am going to, because you're gonna fucking listen to me, you bitch.
Yeah, but after this, we gonna go to something
Out
different.
of all the people that are, bro, I swear, bro, it's so weird. Like once you really get to know someone, because if you're just in class with SM, you think he's an idiot. He's retarded. He just randomly says things with no cap, and he's completely unphilosophical, and in that way he's kind of dumb. He doesn't realize that things like that shouldn't be said. But then when you sit down with SM and you realize he's a very
I kind of,
in-depth person,
in a
and
way, I
he
kind
is
of look up to
very,
that. Like it's
very
actually
politically.
good to be that like down to earth. Like I kind of,
I
I
think
kind
a
of,
lot of people.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
like what Abraham was saying. Getting to know that person. I'm trying to get myself to, you know, get more informed on what's happening around me instead of just being in my own bubble. That's why and we're still going back into us developing. We're still developing. We're still finding ourselves and everything. So, it's still a bumpy road. So,
Like I would say, like, I've really developed over this a year. 'Cause I've become a very big fan of philosophy and everything, and I'm trying to start like a philosophical whatever. But I
Podcast.
always say, a lot of people always say, like you guys are saying, that SM's this character, and I think what I always tell people, I think everybody's
just
like
still
me.
have to just get. It
No,
takes a longer to get
It's
to that
just
for
like,
some people.
yeah, I
everybody's
think it's
unique.
just like
Everybody has a
you
very
don't.
unique character. Nobody's cut and
It's like,
dry.
we're human beings. We're so complex. It's
Yeah.
hard to define a person.
Yeah.
I think everybody's has that. It's just most people don't show it because, like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you
Because I
talk about
definitely
this when
don't
you
show
can
this side in
be
Alright.
school.
funny?
I
Honestly,
really don't. In school,
I
I am struggling to
I
get
know.
A's, and so I just relieve the
honestly,
pressure
in
by being
school, I
funny.
just try not to speak out because
I
I feel like I'm
think
gonna get judged in a way on just saying a wrong answer, and that's why I'm
yeah,
usually
yeah.
quiet.
I
So,
think that I think that's the only difference I have with most people. It's just I'm like I'm honest, like to a point where it's like you should probably not do that. It's like
And that's
I
a
just tell
very good
people
thing.
whatever's on my mind, you know. And
And
sometimes it may be funny, sometimes it may be stupid, or sometimes it may be profound. But I think I a lot of people say, you know, it's like you're weird or whatever. But it's like I say I have a speech on that. I say
some way,
everybody's
somehow.
fucking weird. And
Mm.
if everybody's weird, and just because I tell people about it versus you telling it to yourself or your best friend doesn't make us different. We're still human beings. It's just I decided to tell people about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make us that different. You know what I'm saying? So if everybody's weird, then nobody's weird.
Yeah.
Everybody's just normal.
okay, bro, you just contradicted yourself on a whole nother level. Huh?
No, I didn't. It makes perfect sense. Just think about it.
Everybody's weird. Nobody's weird.
Because if
Yeah,
everybody
think
is
about it
weird,
like
then nobody
yeah,
is
like
weird.
that's the perfect way to put it. Oh dang, I just
You
dropped my
gotta,
whole fan. Jesus.
I'm
yeah,
joking, guys.
Oh dang.
Y'all don't realize it.
yeah, but you're
I
always
couldn't catch that.
serious.
Yeah, that is true. I'm like always serious.
It's not just serious. It's just like the way you say it. You're just like you sound like you're demeaning people.
I don't know, bro. Like I just had a huge smile on my face when I said that, but I guess.
Yeah, I could see that too through this picture I have on my screen.
Yeah, you could.
Dude, I
Bro,
swear I
Rico's
What
cannot
about
get
good.
over
Oh
Rico's
my
Rico.
picture?
god.
Look at Rico.
Oh my
Bro, I'm low
Hey,
key
bro,
jealous of
I
Isaiah's.
low-key
Isaiah's looks
digging
really
mine,
clean.
bro.
Isaiah's
I,
does.
I look like a lesbian. Hell
Hey,
yeah.
bro, yo, we speak out to the. We love our LGBTQ, bro. Come on, go there.
Dude, hey man, you know I love everybody except you know what I'm
Faggot.
saying I would
I
would
don't
talk
like
to
faggots. 'Cause
Chill.
that
That
would
okay?
make me a faggot.
Hey,
Don't I? Okay.
fuck you.
There's a better way to say that. You just don't say that.
I'm
That's, bro.
he does it on
That's
purpose
very.
because
That man, I
because
don't
it hurts
know.
people.
Dude, okay, there's just one thing.
I used to be homophobic. I used
Hey,
to be homophobic,
I
but I'm a
swear.
lot more chill now.
Have you ever been around someone who's gay?
I know so many people.
See, like this is the thing. Like you
I have
don't
friends
have
who are
to
gay.
be like you don't have to like you know like yeah yeah. We
Let's
don't
not
need
get
to.
into this.
We
This
don't.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't need
This
to
is
go
gonna
into that.
get
There's
bad.
oh
We
nah
could get
nah
Riley
nah
on
nah.
here, bro. He's yes,
Wait, Riley's
dude.
gay?
I need to get
I'm just kidding.
no,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
dude. We
I'm
need to
kidding.
get some good. We need to get some like talkative, some intellectuals in here. Could you imagine like freaking Riley get on here?
Gavin. Dude, why? Out of all the people
Gavin doesn't talk, bro.
at all,
Gavin doesn't talk. He does not talk.
he talks to me because
The
I'm
only
smart, but that's it.
Well, he talks to a lot of people, but he just talks like little. It's like he usually talks to like me and Daniel because we sit next to each other in Greer,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have we're kind of like big brain.
Why do you say it
but
like that?
Greer.
Greer.
Greer?
Like,
Because I'm
emphasizes the
foreign,
E.
man. You making fun of me? Fucking Guatemalan, man. Don't harass me.
Guatemala.
Oh,
Greer.
Fucking
man.
Cuban.
All right, bro. You know what we need to talk about, bro.
Yo, you heard about the Cuban muscle crisis?
Bro, you know what we need to
Bro,
talk, bro.
Isaiah was
We're
saying something.
going.
Cut him off.
We have our whole background on anime, and we haven't even talked about it once, bro. What the freak? You know,
Okay,
Bro, we talked about.
so
It's
Hunter
like,
Hunter.
Rico really likes to talk about anime. Okay,
Hunter is
Isaiah,
good.
what have you seen? Because I have
Hunter.
seen legit everything. Because I could talk about everything.
Okay,
Abraham sees like
I
40% of everything.
want to,
So it's like
I
we've
want
seen
to
a lot.
go. School. That goes into the fact that I can't really watch too much. I mean, that could be an excuse.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me just tell you what just happened right now. Isaiah literally just said that our whole thing is based on anime, and we didn't talk about anime. We asked Isaiah, what anime have you watched? And he's like, well, because of school, I don't watch much
I'll
anime.
just go. I'll just go share it. All right.
Homie.
So I watched One Piece like to like episode 70 and was like, bro, okay, I need to watch something else.
It gets better. I
Yeah,
I
dude.
know it's really bad at the beginning, but I know a lot of people. The cliche is that you gotta you gotta watch
Man.
200 episodes, then it gets good. It's like, bitch,
Yeah,
what the
dude.
fuck?
So I
It's
might
like-
have to just go back into it, just push through it.
You don't. I would say about One Piece is that don't
Yeah, that's what I do,
strictly
yeah.
watch One Piece. Watch One Piece. Watch like 3 episodes. Watch like Code Geass. Watch 3 episodes. Watch like
Naruto.
Bro, okay, Naruto,
freaking
I
no,
should
that's
have
just
binge watched
then
Naruto,
you're gonna die.
Bro. Like, bro.
I hate Naruto, bro. I actually recently
I-
just started
it's
liking
Isaiah
it again.
loves Naruto.
I just started
The
liking it
first
again.
time I talked to
Yeah,
him about
dude.
anime, he
I
talked
can
about
have a cool
Naruto.
conversation about it.
I remember this was a long
One
time
thing
ago.
I just don't like about it is the full.
Okay, I just started getting interested in it, and I'm about to jump into Naruto
Bro.
Shimedamanam.
Bro, so like I was doing this quiz on fallacies, right? And one of the
What's
things
that?
was that in her book, it's like a contradiction, and it basically says in her book, Andrea Dawkins says pornography harms women and etc. And then the argument says, but Dorothy's like opinion doesn't matter because she's fat and ugly. Dude, I swear to God.
Oh,
No,
damn.
she's bitter
Damn.
and ugly.
What?
dude, it was the example. It was the example of a personal attack instead of an argument. But
Bruh,
dude, I started
oh
dying.
my god, oh my god, bro. How did you get fat, bro?
She's just bitter and ugly, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my.
he changed that whole thing.
Bruh. And the thing is, bruh.
All right, let's get back into
yeah.
anime. But
Oh man.
dude, I
Okay,
have
yeah.
to
So
say-
yeah, Naruto. That's what I've watched. A little bit of
She
One
was
Piece.
fat and ugly.
All of Hunter x Hunter. Great anime right there.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we're gonna
I
talk
already
about
knew that.
Hunter,
It
Hunter.
was-
Let's
yeah.
go, dude.
It is good. Yeah, it is really good.
Yo, Abraham, I'll
But
let you
yeah,
talk. I know you're very passionate
Yeah,
about
Hunter
it.
x Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good. My Hero Academia. I started that, but
I mean,
haven't
I'll-
been able to finish it yet.
The
Hunter, Hunter?
well, I mean, My Hero Academia is like when it starts, I would say like season 1 and 2 is pretty shit, but it gets better. It gets better a lot, and I'll say this again. I was wrong. I was very quick to judge it. But I was mainly judging it based on the fan base because the fan base was really AIDS.
Oh,
And it
so
was
you're
pretty
judging
funny.
it based on the people who watched it. That's like
Not
really
only
good
that,
to say
like-
on a podcast. Yeah, bro.
Dude, I'll tell people everything, man. But seriously, so I was
Honesty's
one
the
of
best
the
policy.
veterans of anime. I was one of the veterans, right? So like everybody was saying it's the best anime. It's like, bro, you've seen one thing.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, so we were just roasting these kids.
Mhm.
But it does get better.
Yeah,
I will
that's
admit
a
I was
lot
wrong.
of animes. You
They
gotta give
usually
it.
are,
You
so.
gotta give that chance of it. And I mean, I'm over here saying that, and I haven't gave the chance.
Yo,
to
I
One
was
Piece.
literally,
Have
I
you
was,
seen Death Note?
bro, I was literally about to not watch Hunter x Hunter. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm like, yo, this is
Okay,
for
bro,
like
I
ages 5
understand, dude.
plus.
Hunter x
Oh,
Hunter,
yeah.
they drew on, the Chimera Ant. arc, the Chimera Ant arc. Oh my god, bro, that was.
Oh my god. Yeah, but let me just give some background to Hunter x Hunter. Is that Togashi? He's a goddamn alien. But when he wrote Hunter x Hunter, his idea was that he's a big fan of shonen, it's just like, Naruto,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, whatever. And so he wanted to write that sort of story in like a realistic world, and he's a really good writer. That's why it's so good.
Okay.
But that's basically the context. Why it's kind of, whatever.
It's only one of
Starts
the
off.
best anime arcs.
Most people consider it,
Oh, snap.
and the Chimera Ant arc, most people consider it like the best written arc in all of anime. The only competition,
Yeah.
arc.
You said Britain?
Arc is like
Yeah.
written arc.
Oh, but you said Britain.
Most people.
It's an arc.
No, most people consider the Eclipse from Berserk, Chimera Ant arc, Soul Society arc from Bleach.
Oh, that was a good one. But not as good as.
There's some.
Bro,
there's
Soul Society was not as good as.
Well, when you break it down, you can have that preference, but if you break it down to the ideas and themes of it, it really was.
I mean, it was really great. It was amazing. I watched the whole thing. It was.
Well, because it was sort of the ideas of you have going against the authority, and just the amount of loyalty someone like Byakuya has to the old ways of authoritarian traditional society, that he's willing to kill his own sister just because it's what the rules are. And that's sort of like the old generation, and then you have the newer generation being Ichigo and Renji and etc., fighting that status quo for a better future. And when Shunshui and Jushiro goes against Yamamoto, the head captain, and their father figure, just to do this because they believe it to be righteous, and it goes into that and everything. Just like the first arc of Naruto, the tools of ninja, or ninjas or tools or something like that.
Oh
the
my
Zabuza
gosh.
arc. That one's incredible.
And Naruto's idea were completely different. Oh my god. Dude, the first part was so good.
The best arc
of Naruto. It was so good.
Yeah.
I hate fillers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
that's the thing.
Shippuden,
oh my god.
Like the first arc, once again, like you're saying, there's a reason why it's one of the big three.
Like, I was waiting for this dude to grow up. He's staying at 5 years old forever.
That is
the
amazing.
Chunin exam arc is so good.
Yeah.
Freaking Gaara.
In my opinion, I think Naruto is probably better than Shippuden.
Kakashi.
I have to say. I just said.
Yeah.
Because the way they introduced characters, I literally am about to watch it.
Yeah, I sure was about to go straight in depth on that, bro.
Oh dang. I just want to say like one name. I think the characters like Pain and Kakashi, I mean, they just they're really good. You know what I'm saying?
I like Kakashi.
Like, I'll tell you right now, Kakashi is my.
I was straight up gonna say Kakashi is my
of all time.
I
really love Kakashi. I think he's the best written Naruto character, and when you analyze his character, it's really depressing. And just how realistic he's written. I mean, I could give you
straight up, bro. I understand
Kakashi.
everything you're saying right now, bro. Straight up, just going into what he.
I'm not trying to say anything. Bro, I don't want to spoil it.
I know Kakashi has an extremely rough past, and he killed his girlfriend. I will.
Well, you like when you watch Shippuden and when you watch him versus Obito, like you'll understand just like how amazing that is.
Dude, the one thing I see beautiful about it, you know, Naruto's dad, the
Minato.
fourth Hokage, fourth,
You said you didn't watch Shippuden. How do you know?
because I watched some YouTube AMVs and I just put everything together because that's how smart I am. Uh, how
Dang.
how he raised Minato and everyone else, oh snap, the exact same way Naruto and they were raised, and it was just certain circumstances
Yeah.
that were differently varied that changed them completely.
I think it really emphasizes is like you can do this or you can do this. And it really shows that most often people would choose something like Kakashi and go on a path to nihilism, not nihilism, a futility, and you feel like you have no value in yourself and you just suck as a person, and it's a lot more
Yeah.
realistic. It's a lot more sad.
Man.
Hey SM, how long
It's
has this
been
been
late.
so far?
Wait, when did we start?
I
Oh,
don't
we started
know.
around 6:30.
I mean, we'll go. We'll
That's when
go.
we started.
It's so it's like going like an hour and 20 minutes or so.
It's been more than that because I timed out.
I mean, it's
That's
like an
been
hour
like
and a
2 hours
half.
now.
Yeah,
We started at 6:30
it's been about 2 hours.
for sure.
Yeah, it's 6:30. It's only 8.
Homie, we started before 6:30 because
Yeah. Oh,
I'm at
to
No,
be
we
more
did.
exact, we started at 6:28. So
yeah, that's when we started.
Yeah.
And then I timed out a little bit, so yes, it's
I mean, let's just discuss some. This. Yeah, but like, I would say recommendations.
I'm sorry. I just
Full Metal
remembered.
Alchemist.
I just remembered how hard we tried to start this thing,
oh yeah,
and it
it
took
took
30 minutes
a
just to start.
30 minutes just to get us all in here.
Bro,
Bro.
Essa was literally like, bro, what's this? I couldn't hear SM.
And
He
then once you
literally
did hear
wasn't
him, it
saying
sounded like a
anything.
wind tunnel.
So I had to like.
Like, I don't know why. Yeah.
He's like, hey, guys.
Yeah, but like, I would say recommend Death Note, obviously. I tell everybody that, but most people seen it. Code Geass. Code Geass has a lot of things that I don't like, but I still would say watch it.
What
It's
about
really
me?
good.
You know, my
Um,
circumstances.
Yeah, I'm saying you haven't seen Code Geass.
Yeah,
It's a big, if you're a fan of Death Note, like you're gonna like Code Geass. I think it has the greatest anime ending of all time. A lot of people do too, but you'll see when you watch it. But obviously, JoJo starts off a little out there, and I can understand that it's not everybody's forte, but it does. It really picks up. I will say that. Attack on Titan, obviously. Vinland Saga, it's incredible. Watch it, 100%.
what would you say about Evangelion?
Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah,
As an anime, where does that lie?
Evangelion, I couldn't tell you. I'll be honest, like I'm not a mecha person.
No,
I just don't like it.
When it comes to what it's about,
And also, like, I haven't seen it, so I just
haven't
don't tell you.
seen it?
So
I've
Dude,
seen it.
I
know.
haven't either. So
I literally seen it. I haven't even finished Naruto, and
Dude,
I've seen it.
Dude, I've seen certain things. I've seen a lot of things. But
Okay,
I haven't
let
seen
me just
certain
tell you
things.
this. It's deep. It is deep.
I know it's deep. I know
Oh
it's
my
really
gosh,
good.
is it deep?
I don't have time.
Um,
I know.
it will at one
I'll
point,
watch
at some point, it will literally reflect on you and show you in a really dirty mirror. It will show you
Yeah, I
as a
think
person in a really true.
I know it's like
limelight.
psychologically very, very deep in a psychological way.
SM, you'll love
Yeah.
it. Isaiah, I think you're
To
mentally
watch
sane
what?
enough to watch it. Yeah.
The,
Dude,
Evangelion.
you should did you read Goodnight Pun Pun, rest in peace?
No,
You're
I'm
gonna get
not.
I
scarred.
mean,
I'm not.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
night.
I mean, I wouldn't. It's like I've been through a lot of shit, and I'm very. Uh, I don't know. I can deal with shit, I guess, but certain things I just don't. Like I wouldn't tell Rico
is it
to.
like super gory or something
You know
like
what I'm
that?
saying?
As you can't, but you can't bring that up too much though, because
It's.
I'm gonna watch it if you keep saying
I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
it.
Yeah, but like I would say, I don't want to say mangas because I know it's not everybody's into it. But let's see. What did I say? So I said Code Geass, Full Metal Alchemist, JoJo's, Vinland Saga, Evangelion. Um, let's see. What is I'm trying to. Oh, Steins Gate. Steins Gate is kind of too deep. Like it's kind of hard to understand. It's really hard
Oh,
to understand because
so
it's
you
about
have to
time
really pay
travel.
attention to
It's
that
really
too.
good,
Yeah.
and a lot of people really like it. Dude, like I hate time travel shit. It's too damn. I can't do it. And I don't know
How do
why
you
there's
do it?
certain characters in Steins Gate, which like I hate it. I just hate them. But probably not Steins Gate. Maybe watch it if you want to, but it's not my forte, I guess. Oh, Clannad After Story. Oh my god, everybody and their moms needs to watch this. This
Mhm.
is my second favorite anime of all time.
What's your favorite?
This is a very personal Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh my gosh, an anime version.
I I know everybody can condemn that, but if you're not me, you're not gonna understand. It's very hard to understand why SJ2 Gohan is my favorite anime character, especially because I talk about all these
Dude,
philosophical and thematic
Isaiah, do
themes.
you know SM's
Oh
little
no,
brother?
no.
Oh shoot, bro. I feel like SM is exactly like his little brother. I think that's why he would like it. I just imagine SM being like
That's not true,
40
man.
years old going.
It's not that. Dude, the first time I've seen Dragon Ball was I was trying to watch Tom and Jerry, and I was at my grandma's house and I was watching Tom and Jerry, and then I turned it on like noon, and then I seen like the scene when they're on when Goku and Vegeta
Mhm.
are on top of the mountains
Mhm.
in the Saiyan saga, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I watched it a little bit. I was like, okay, and then I kind of just stopped. I went back to Tom and Jerry. And then the first anime I knew that was anime I started watching was Inuyasha. Then I watched Clannad. Then I started Naruto. And like I was watching a lot of these at the same time. And like Dragon Ball. That's when I really started watching Dragon Ball. So like I can't even say it's because when it's like a nostalgia. It's like like something like Bleach. It's like if you like it, like you know why you like it, but if you try to explain it to someone, it's like, yeah, I know there's all these writing
Mhm.
flaws about it, but I still love Bleach. It's like
Yeah,
I don't know, I just do.
I know for
You know?
sure.
It's hard to explain it. Like I can tell you why I like this, but
Yeah,
I don't know, not really
I
why
sure though.
this.
Like it's crazy though, because the first ever anime I was exposed to was Dragon Ball as well, and it was yeah.
Mine was first Dragon Ball, and I hated it.
I mean, the
I
first
hated
ever
it.
anime
I
that
mean,
I didn't know it was anime and I watched was
Yeah.
Doraemon.
yo, this is why I hate
It
Dragon
was
Ball Z.
Doraemon and Beyblade.
Oh wait,
Like I
no,
fucking love
actually,
Beyblade
if
though.
you
It's
think about it,
great.
my first ever anime was actually Pokemon. I didn't even know for the longest time Pokemon was an anime, and it was, so yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude. So
everybody
that was
thinks
the
it's just a
first
game.
anime I was actually exposed to, and then the second one was for sure Beyblade. Third, um, what's Yu-Gi-Oh? Because does Yu-Gi-Oh count as a
Yeah, I've never seen you. No,
yeah?
it's
That I'm
definitely an
not a
anime.
fan of though.
I
So
hate Yu-Gi-Oh too.
I was
You know why I
Yeah,
hate
I'm
these
not a big.
animes? When I was a kid, I was smart as hell, right? But I was also dumb as hell. So I was all into planes and stuff. So when I saw two men flying around for no reason, I hated it, bro. I was like, what's the logical
Hey man,
explanation for this
hey,
bull,
I
homie?
was a
Like,
I was
oh
a
my
little kid, bro.
god.
I was so mesmerized by that. And then as soon as the first time I heard Goku said do the Kamehameha, oh my god, bro. I do it with him every time.
It's like the only Goku I like is Kid Goku. Because it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
why a kid would act like a kid instead of a grown man. I know why, because that's the whole point of his character and the ways the
Mm-hmm.
themes he embodies, just like Luffy. You can say it's like, oh, he's childish. Like that's the whole damn point. He's gonna be
Oh
Pirate
my
King because
gosh,
of
bro.
he
Tell me to
has those
drop this.
qualities.
Alright, continue. But yeah, was
Yeah, I
Kid
don't know.
Goku in GT? Was that?
Yeah, it's
Am
just
I?
like
I'm
what
not sure.
get that shit out of
I
here.
mean,
But it's like my
That boy is
favorite
like 5 years old, Isaiah.
my favorite anime character is SSJ2 Gohan, and it's just like what. It's like, especially when I tell them my second favorite is Guts and my third favorite is Kakashi, and they're like, "What? Why do you like him?" It's like these other characters are so amazing. Everybody likes them. So why do you like him? It's like I don't know, man. I just do. It's like yeah, I'm like, how do you not like him? It's like he's the GOAT, man. Cause like I drew a picture of like some of my favorite characters in fiction, like they're
My probably favorite character is Netero. I don't know why, bro.
like in all of anime.
In all of anime, there's
Yeah,
just something
I
about
have
his character that just like
yeah. I mean, any Hunter x Hunter character, if you say it, everybody's like, "Oh, okay, okay." You know what I'm saying?
it's just like I don't
But
know.
like,
He reminds me of a real life character. I think he reminds me of
they're
Muhammad
all
Ali.
they're all that way. They're Muhammad Ali was a lot better person
Than him, but I don't know. It's just that hard
yeah.
work and dedication
I
to
think the dedication and
religious.
just like that religious.
Exactly, it just spoke to me, bro. I was like, I want to be like that. Because I'm
Well,
pretty
you probably
religious.
shouldn't. It's like just like it's not just that he has a lot. He's like complex to like a 10th degree, just like every other Hunter x Hunter character. But like I was saying, some of my favorites are just like SG2 Gohan, Raven from Teen Titans, Kakashi, Robin from Teen Titans, Daffy Duck, L from Death
Daffy the
Note,
Duck?
Gon. Dude, I love Daffy Duck, man. He's goated.
Is that an
Gon
anime?
from Hunter. No, it's all of fiction.
Oh, fiction. That's an
Zuko
anime?
and Uncle Iroh. Zuko and Uncle Iroh from Avatar. Batman and Superman. Alucard. Alucard from Hellsing. Ukiora from Bleach. Joker. Ice Bear from We Bare Bears. Saitama. I think the only... Yeah.
What about
I think
you,
the only
Isaiah?
person I would drop is probably Saitama. It's like, how much have you seen, Isaiah? It's like, I don't know if you've seen that much.
I don't know. So,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
you were just saying, like,
Who's your favorite
your
character in
favorite
all of
so I
anime,
heard you talking
fiction,
about
whatever?
move.
Avatar as well. Would you count that as a
I count it as an anime.
Do not disrespect it. Don't disrespect it like that.
So you would
That's
count
very
it as
disrespectful.
Americanized anime.
It's not Americanized. It's the amount of work
I'm not
they put into
disrespecting.
that.
I
It's
love
not about
Avatar.
America.
That's
It's not
why
about anime.
I don't
It's
want to
like
be.
It's about America, FM.
no.
It
I'm
is
talking
about
to I'm
America.
talking to Abraham. I'm talking to no. It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's literally about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about Eastern
Goes so
mythology,
in depth about it too.
Eastern culture. The main character is from Taiwan. It's about India. It's about the Middle East. It's about China.
How the hell is it about
Asia.
India and the Middle East?
You have to.
They literally go there. The Earth Kingdom is literally the Middle East. Do you not see what the Earth Kingdom looks like?
Oh. Yeah, but they never even
But-
talk
Yeah.
about that because their team
Yeah,
sucks
they have
balls.
to-
Because they're not supposed to. That's because it's a fictional world. The whole point of it is they speak about religion and culture and mythology through a fictional world. It's a fiction.
Yeah.
What? What's a fiction?
Oh my, Abraham, are you dumb?
Okay, let me tell
And
you something.
when people
India
say that-
and Middle East are not a fiction.
Isaiah,
No,
could you
I'm
stop
just-
him?
I don't like it.
This man is so slow.
It's alright.
Homie, are you retarded?
No, I think you are, dude. Every time you do this, you always sound stupid.
Who?
You.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
That's why your mom doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, that's right. That's weird. Yeah, but I would say like it's like when people say anime is the best, and it's like, well, okay, dude, we get it. And then when you say, well, what about Avatar? What about this and that? It's like, well, it's basically an anime. It's just like the entire point of anime is a Japanese animation. If you're talking about something from South Korea, you should talk about South Korea, or
Korea,
China, or America, or Brazil,
America,
or Brazil.
America.
No, dude.
Afghan
But it's like you're so dumb.
Afghan
It's like,
bro.
It's basically,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's-
no, it's seriously, it's basically racism. It's like you're discriminating against the entire. You know what I'm saying? That's why it triggers me so bad. It's like, bitch, I will slap you to death.
I'm going to start a whole new segment
So-
of anime called Afghan.
So what you're saying then?
Appeals
so
to
you
Middle
don't
Eastern
view
color.
Avatar as
Middle
an
Eastern
anime,
color culture.
or you do?
No, of course not. Of course not. Literal definition. You wouldn't say an anime is a cartoon. You wouldn't say
No.
Pokemon is a
No.
cartoon. If you do, you're uncultured.
First of all, it technically is, but
Well, yeah, it technically is, but you can say.
All right. Love all the people.
Yeah, he did.
Yet again, I think my mom, my dad,
Yes. I would also like
For
to thank
making me,
Isaiah's mom and
so,
dad.
I couldn't have been here without them,
He's
Yeah.
actually adopted. Don't listen to him.
bro, secretly, bro, like, on the side, just got at the wow, bro, that
Yes.
so, wow, so that's why mom's white. It's like, oh man, no, let me not.
He's about to have a whole breakdown. It's like,
Bro,
yeah,
all
I
along,
knew
bro,
it.
the question. Oh man, all right. See, we're already rambling again. No, we can't do it.
All right, seriously.